Hello, welcome to today's chemistry lesson, where I'll be teaching you how to read the periodic table. Firstly, I'll tell you about the whole periodic table. Looking at the whole thing, we can see different elements, and these elements are grouped in two ways. 1. Groups, and 2. Periods. Looking at these elements here, we can see that they're grouped in one group, so we say that it's group 1. The same thing is happening here, where these elements are grouped together into group 2. Then goes on group 3, group 4, group 5, up until group 18. So now you know how to group the elements into groups. Now let's look on to periods. The only difference between periods and groups are that groups are looked down vertically, while periods are looked on horizontally. So now knowing this, we know that this one, 1, 2, and then so on. So now we have groups and periods. Now let's take a look at individual elements in the periodic table. Let's take lithium for example. In the middle of the element, we have the symbol Li, which simply stands for lithium. Additionally, we have two numbers, 3 and 6.938. What do these numbers stand for? Let's take 3 for example. We have the atomic number. The atomic number is actually just a proton number. As for 6.938, this is the atomic mass, which is the amount of protons plus neutrons. So now let's take a look at how we can get the neutron number from this following information. To get the neutron number, we need to take the atomic mass and round it off to the nearest whole number. So 6.938 is 7. And then we have the atomic number, 3. So to find the amount of neutrons, we need to subtract the amount of atomic mass from the atomic number, which in this case is 7 minus 3, 4. So now we know that lithium has 4 neutrons. So a question that can come up testing you about elements can ask you to draw the electron configuration of an element. So using lithium again for this example, I'll explain how to do that. Here we have an atom of lithium. In the middle, we have 3 positive protons plus 4 neutrons. And in this type of question, you will need to draw the electrons in the electron shells. So how do we know the electron number? We know that we have 3 protons, and the proton number actually equals to the amount of electrons. So they will both be 3. And to draw this, we put 1 electron here, here, and 1 in the outer shell. But how do we know how to put the electrons in the electron shells? Why can't we just draw 3 in the first shell? Well, there's one important rule that you need to know about the electron configuration. In the first shell, there will always be 2 electrons. In the second shell, there will be 8, 8 in the third shell, and 8 will always be the last number in the electron shells. So that is why we have 2 in the first ones, and since we have 1 remaining, we put 1 in the second shell. You have now reached the end of the video. By now you should know how to look at the periodic table, how to group all the elements into groups and periods, and by looking at the individual elements, you should know the atomic number, atomic mass, and how to use this information to draw the electron configuration of an element. So by now you can answer questions that will ask you for the neutron number, proton number, electron number, and questions that ask you to draw the electron configuration. So I hope you know how to do all of this and enjoy learning this with me. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.